Welcome to HinduInfoPedia, your trusted source for truth, culture, and civilizational clarity. Today, we decode the Waqf Amendment Act of 2025, a bold move by Bharat that has triggered intense national and global reactions. But what's the real story behind the headlines? Waqf is an Islamic endowment of property for charitable or religious purposes. In India, these properties are managed by state-level Waqf boards. Today, Waqf landholdings stand at a staggering 9.4 lakh acres, ranking third after the railways and armed forces. But how did we get here? Waqf regulation started under British colonial rule, not to support charity, but to protect tax revenue and curb anti-British movements. Post-independence, the Waqf Act of 1954 was introduced, largely as a political gesture to appease Muslim communities and showcase secularism. But over time, the Waqf system grew opaque and unaccountable. By 2016, the Sachar Committee reported 4.9 lakh Waqf properties worth 6,000 crore rupees, generating only 163 crore rupees a year. Proof of gross mismanagement. Enter the Waqf Amendment Act 2025, signed by President of India. It brings in digitization, non-Muslim board members, and stricter land validation. The government says it's about stopping corruption and restoring transparency. Critics say it's an attack on Islamic autonomy. But here's the issue. For decades, Waqf boards were allowed to claim any land they thought was Waqf, without documents, and no one could challenge it in court. Not even in the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, Waqf properties like Punjab's mosques, valued at 100 crore rupees, generated barely 5 lakh to 15 lakh rupees annually. That's not charity, that's collapse. Since 1995, Waqf properties exploded from 50,000 to 8.72 lakh. By 2025, they were worth 1.2 lakh crore rupees. But earnings still low. Why? Because encroachments, litigation, and mismanagement rule the system. So the 2025 reform isn't just needed, it's long overdue. Yet global media didn't praise it. Al Jazeera called it Hindu encroachment. The Guardian called it Modi's control. Deutsche Welle admitted digitization helps, but warned of communal risk. The New York Times and BBC linked it to minority rights under threat. But here's the contradiction. Muslims in Bharat enjoy full constitutional protection under Article 26 to manage religious institutions. Hindu temples, in contrast, are under state control. So why the double standard? Does the global media see Bharat through an honest lens or a colonial hangover? Why does Bharat, a nation offering 1.2 lakh crore rupees autonomy to Muslim boards, get accused of religious bias? Why do reports of Muslim processions disrupting Hindu festivals go ignored, while Hindus are rarely seen disrupting Eid or Muharram? Are extremist interpretations like selective quoting of hadiths used by some clerics to justify illegal Waqf claims? Does this reflect a true religious belief or political exploitation? And is the Western media's outrage really about justice, or about Bharat rising from a former colony to a global power? The Waqf Act's journey is a tug of war between faith and law, between reform and resistance. It can empower millions through better managed assets, but only if executed right. Because this isn't just about land, it's about how Bharat balances reform with dharma, fairness with firmness. The world is watching. Will it judge us or understand us? Now it's your turn. Can a secular nation protect minorities without enabling abuse? Should sacred endowments remain above scrutiny? And when Bharat reforms from within, should the world applaud or attack? Tell us what you think. This is HinduInfoPedia. Like, share, and subscribe for more insights that speak for Dharma, data, and truth. See you in the next video.